Well, then when he says, I'm losing her, that's when I was just yanked. It's like something just pulled me real fast. And I went through a tunnel. Now, I've always described the tunnel as something dark because that's how I saw it, with little twinkly lights around me. And as I went through this tunnel of light, little lights around me, I remember something was like pulling, I felt like on my foot, and something else had my hand because my hand was up. And as I looked up, I knew I had to get away from whatever it was that was trying to hold me back. And then as I looked up, I saw a little pinhole of light, very, very small. And I knew, somehow, my soul knew that in that light was safety. And as I traveled and I got closer and closer to the light, it got brighter and bigger. And when I went into the light was Christ. And we think we know what he looks like. And we think we know how much he loves us. But you will never know how much he truly, truly loves you. He put his arms out and he took me and he held me. I felt his love penetrating every little cell of my soul. Every part of me was penetrated with that love of him. And then very quietly he said, child, I'm going to show you things. You can run, you can hide, you can deny that you're wrong and you've done something wrong, but he knows every thought, everything that you've done that's wrong, he knows it. Every time I did something that hurt him, that I felt within my soul his pain and his sorrow. And everything that I did that was good, I felt his joy. But he never stopped loving me, even through the things I did that was wrong. And then he told me he was going to show me some things that I would never forget. And I'll be honest, I have tried and tried to forget. He moved his hand and he showed me hell. I thought when I was growing up and the priest would talk about hell, we had the lost lead priest where I was in Louisiana. I thought, oh, Father Bayard was just trying to scare the Bee Gees out of us. And I didn't think that such a place could possibly exist. It does. It does. Hell, you never get out of there. It's all eternity. It's all eternity. The suffering that's done in hell is like suffering you could never imagine here on this earth. I was so upset because I was watching the souls go in and it's fires, it's horrible fires, and they turn horrible looking, they're just awful, and they come out of the fires and they're cursing God, and they go back in and they come out and they're cursing him. It never stops. And I remember telling him, oh Jesus, could I pray for them? And he says, oh child, if you pray for them, it makes their suffering worse because they've already denied me. They had their chance, he said. My soul was screaming. And then he said, child, I will show you the chances that are given to each and every one. He showed me a man. "32 years, 33 years later, I still see this man. I'll never forget. I'm glad I didn't know his name. This man was horrible. He was the most evil type person you could imagine in a million years. He cursed constantly. People would ask him to go to church, and he'd curse them and make jokes. And every time someone would say, "Why don't you, watch your mouth, and you're being disgraceful to God," and he'd say, "I don't need him, I am God." Well, he died in a terrible accident, and I watched as his soul detached from the body, and Christ appeared to him last time. Gave him one last chance. And the man did not even recognize Jesus because of the pride he had in himself. And Christ did that. And I've seen that soul for 33 years, watched the expression on the face as he went into hell, into the fires. And I don't want anyone to go there. The worst person in this world, I wouldn't want them in hell because you cannot get out. You are denied seeing God. If you have any sins on your soul, especially mortal sins, please go to confession and get rid of them. Get the absolution from your priest. If you die with that, he might not be too merciful,